Hello. Well, I was wondering, are you a follower or are you a leader? Two different things, two different kinds of people, different kinds of qualities. Okay. Are you a follower or are you a leader? Now, I got to tell you, I am sick and tired of listening to people say that you need to follow your heart. Okay. Because I'm going to tell you why. Because it's a setup. Okay. It's a setup for people to do whatever it is they want to do because they're just following their heart. Okay. Your heart in this context lies to you. Okay. What is your heart? What does that mean, following your heart? Okay. I'll just tell you that so many people who use this term are actually fooling themselves. Yes, they are following their heart, but they're victim to that. Now, what do I mean by this? I want to unpack it a little bit because it really is driving me crazy. Because I personally don't believe that you should follow your heart. Okay. My heart has made a lot of mistakes. My heart gets broken. My heart is this fragile thing that's not the thing that should be leading me. Okay. That's not what I should be following. Instead, I want you to get your head wrapped around the idea that you're actually a leader that has a heart. Okay, the heart is not outside of you. You're a leader that has a heart, okay, and you lead with your heart. You are the leader, though. Your heart is not leading you. You're not following your heart, okay? You actually are a leader that has a heart, and you use your heart. You have empathy. You have all these qualities that your heart can bring to the table, but you do not leave your brain back behind you. You don't follow your heart, okay? You lead with your heart. Now, I know it just sounds like it's just semantics, okay, and that there's just a play on words, and I'm being frustrated for no reason, which is this play on words. But let me tell you the difference, okay? Because when people say they're following their heart, they actually can justify anything. It's kind of like, actually, I grew up in the church and went to Bible college and everything. And, there was a lot of people that would do the same kind of thing with messages that they would get from God. Well, God told me to do that. Okay, that kind of always struck me weird. Now, I would have impulses that I felt like were God telling me things, okay? But anytime somebody says, God told me, I don't know, it kind of sends little shivers down my spine, and it makes me very suspicious because guess what? Why didn't he tell me that too about you? Okay, you literally can make up whatever you want. I mean, you've seen like murderers talk about, God told me to do this. Okay, it's the same thing. Following your heart. I'm sorry, your heart is telling you to do what? And you're just going to blindly follow that? No, no, no. Be a leader. You're a leader. You have a heart. Very, very important that you lead with your heart, but you're still ultimately responsible. So what does a leader actually do? Okay, there's some very important qualities. I want to go over 4 qualities of a leader, okay, that has nothing to do with following anything, okay, following the heart especially, okay. Number 1 is honesty and integrity. I put those 2 together. We can, sort them out, and there are differences, but I want to put them together for the sake of this talk, okay. We got honesty and integrity. This is huge. Now, what if your heart is telling you to do something that actually puts you in jeopardy with your honesty and with your integrity? That's not your heart leading you. That's probably your ego leading you. Okay? You got to know the difference between your heart and your ego. That's lesson number 1. We don't have time to get into all of that today because I want to get through these 4 qualities. But seriously, you don't want to be following your heart at the expense of your integrity. Your integrity, that's all you got, baby. You gotta be with it. You gotta actually, come from a place of integrity, and you still have your heart, okay? But those 2 should be in alignment, okay? They should be aligned. Your heart should be with your integrity and with your honesty. And if you're doing anything that's out of integrity and you're saying that it's because you're following your heart, you are lying to yourself, okay? Because your heart would not actually ask you to go against your own personal values. What it actually means is that maybe integrity and honesty is not one of your values. And so you're trying to use something else as a reason, an excuse. You might as well say, God told you. Okay? No, stop it. You run your life and you lead with your heart according to your values, which is just got to be honesty and integrity. Next is accountability. Okay? A leader is accountable. A leader stands up and is willing to take responsibility and is willing to be accountable for their quick decisions that they're making, for the actions that they're taking. Okay, so if you step forward and you are leading and you are being accountable for those actions you're taking, doesn't mean you don't make mistakes, because you will. In fact, if you're a good leader, you're making lots of mistakes because you're making a lot of decisions. And you don't know sometimes, right? You're always making your best informed decisions according with your values, and you're accountable for those decisions. If you're you're following your heart, who's accountable there? Your heart is going to be accountable? I don't think so. I think it's kind of a way of skirting around accountability. I was just following my heart. You can't fault a person for following their heart. Yes, you can. You still have to be accountable. Okay, so accountability, big value, big and important part of being a leader. Next, you've got to have good communication. Okay, good communication skills. A good leader is always trying to improve their communication skills, and they're always working with other people and making sure that communication is flowing. A person who is following their heart doesn't really talk to a lot of other people. Okay, doesn't actually say, oh, what about all these other people that are involved? They don't have to communicate with anyone because they're busy following their heart, and their heart knows everything, right? No, no, it does not. Okay, your heart is how you're feeling. Okay, your heart is your emotional being, your emotional self. And guess what? Emotions are like the weather. They come and they go. They should not be running your life. Okay, that's like going to the grocery store when you're hungry. It's a bad idea. Okay, you don't make decisions based on your emotions. Okay, that's not what leaders do. Okay, that's what followers do. So followers, they follow their heart, they follow their emotions, they get tossed around in the wind because they're not running their life by their values, not being responsible and accountable for their actions. And they have really poor communication skills, because guess what? All it would take is talking to a few other people, getting the information that you need to make a better decision. So you're not just following your emotions, okay? You're leading with your heart, you're leading with your emotion, because you're an emotional being. Let's not deny that. Okay, in fact, that's one of the most special and most interesting things about you. All right, but that's not what's running the show. Hello, people. That's what you're giving a brain to. Okay, so we want to be accountable. We want to be responsible. Okay, we want to have honesty and integrity. We want to have excellent communication. And the fourth thing that I want to go over is empathy. There's lots of other good qualities too of a leader, but this is one of the things I really look for in an excellent leader and in the mentors that I have in my life, and the kind of mentor that I like to be as well, is to have as much empathy as possible. Empathy is completely different than actually following your heart, okay? Now, empathetic people have a heart. They have a heart for who they're with and for mankind, even for themselves, okay? That's not, it's not a governing emotion. Empathy is not an emotion, okay? It's a state of being. You can actually be empathetic and actually have your actions be empathetic, okay? And in fact, one way that it really shows up is kindness. Did you know that you can be kind to somebody and not like them? And in fact, even be emotionally repulsed by them, okay? You can still be kind. You can still be respectful. This is part of what empathy actually is, empathy in action. And leaders have lots of, good leaders have a lot of empathy, okay? It has nothing to do with following, has nothing to do with following your heart. You're not following that. You're leading with your heart. You're leading with your strength, because your empathy is your strength. All right. That's my little rant today, you guys. I'm sorry, but I got triggered today. Woo! Oh, somebody's like, I'm just following my heart. Like that is like a free pass to be able to do whatever it is you want. I'm sorry, it's not. You need to, that's why you have a brain. That is why you have people around you, why you should have a mentor, why you need a counsel, okay? And you need to have values that you run your life by. All right. So if you have any questions about that, please leave a message for me. Would love to. Would love to hear from you and continue that conversation. If you don't have a mentor and you want to be accountable to someone, you should also direct message me, because I would love to work with you if we find that we have some common ground and that you really want to get some stuff done. Because you know what I'm really attracted to? I'm attracted to mission-driven entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs that want to create something that's way bigger than themselves, and they know it, and they're scared to death, but they need accountability to move forward, because sometimes it gets a little scary. Sometimes we don't know quite what to do, and so we need that help. We need a bit more framework. We need that support. So I'd love to be that support for you. Would love to talk to you about that. So reach out. I'd love to talk to you. The rest of you, peace. Go be a leader and lead with heart. Thanks.